YouTube. Like and subscribe. Now. We are, we're just back on our bullshit today. The huge, just talking full cam about nothing of value and then reacting to some TikToks so that we can watch one trailer together and then we will do a people candle. That's the whole thing. I went hunting on, today's Monday. I went hunting yesterday. I went hunting with my falconry sponsor. We took birds out and we got one duck. His birds got one duck, I should say. I didn't do jack shit. I just followed. But I took a video for you. Is this a makeup or is this a makeup or she is actually a little bit drunk? Are you drunk? Huh? What do you mean? Anyway, I went out with my sponsor yesterday. We took two birds out, two peregrine gyr hybrid falcons. Drove around and found ducks. Missed the first slip with a single duck. And the way that I'll show you the video and then I'll explain it. How about that? Also, my voice is in it, so it's gonna be pretty cringe, probably. Oh. Okay, this is my sponsor. Everybody say hello. Bird comes in here, hits the duck about here in like a second. Oh, it happened so fast. He dove at like 70. Anyway, falcon dove at 70 miles per hour. Killed the duck on impact in the air, which doesn't always happen. So that was pretty impressive. And my sponsor was very happy. Thank you, Danny. So yeah, it was pretty dope. They can dive at like over 300 miles an hour though. So, 70 was pretty slow. But the way that it works, is here's where, can I put this in slow motion? Here's where this is the duck and this is the falcon.
Wow. Maya, he smile. Maya, he
Boom.
smile.
The minus sign on the keyboard. Anyway, thank you, Lex. So the way that this works, because he flies, what does sponsor mean? Sorry. As a falconer, you have to pair up with a master falconer when you start. That is him. He is a master falconer. I finished my apprenticeship in California with a master falconer, but when I moved to Texas, I had to redo my apprenticeship. So he is my sponsor. I am his apprentice right now. But I'm bumping up to general in the next couple months. So anyway, he flies two birds at a time, which is crazy. I have a hard enough time keeping one bird in the air. He flies two birds at a time, and he's got a bird dog, whose name is Grizz. But he's got two birds in the air, one dog on the ground. We go look at ponds and go find ducks sitting in the ponds. The falcons can't grab the ducks off the top of the water. So he sends his dog into the pond. Dog jumps in the pond, flushes the ducks up. He has one bird come in and then one bird flank just in case. He misses. But this time the bird did not miss. So this was killed by the one male, and then the female came in and they ate together. But it's pretty cool to watch. Honestly, people have been like, yeah, you should stream it. I don't really want to stream it. One, because like, it's hard to see on my shoulder cam. It would be so hard to see what was happening. Two, my sponsor's really not into it. I've talked to him about streaming and stuff sometimes. Thank you for the 500. I think I've told you guys this before. This is very weird. He's been my sponsor since I got Orion, right? Which is a long time. And he knows that I work. He knew when I moved here. He knew that I worked at a wildlife rehab center. But yeah, he doesn't know anything about anything else that I do. Like, he doesn't know what Alveus is. He doesn't know that my job is a streamer. He thinks my job is working at the wildlife rehab center. He doesn't know anything. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I got some property out in Leander. And he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, get my horse out there, whatever. But now, at this point, it's just too late to tell him. You know what I mean? Like it feels, so you guys don't talk to each other? No, we do. I just don't bring it up. I just don't talk about it. It just feels too late to tell him. Like, what am I going to say? Like, oh, by the way, like, my job is I'm a live streamer and I have a nonprofit now. I have an animal sanctuary. It just feels like a lot.
From Bezos.
Thank you for the 16 months, Wooks. I mean, you could. It just feels like, how'd you explain him shaving your head? That's funny. Because I showed up one day bald. I had a beanie on. And he was like, you cut your hair. And I was like, yeah, I did. It's not so bad though, you know, it'll grow back. And he's like, yeah, it's true. That's it. He just thinks that I did it, like, just for fun. I don't, because what am I gonna say? Like, oh, you know, it was for a fundraiser. I raised like 570 grand, so I shaved it off. Like, I don't know. What if he knows? He doesn't. You're like Hannah Montana.
Wow.
Maya, he wicked.
Thank you for the 7 months. He's in chat. Hello. I felt bad. He was so nice because I told him he took care of Ori for a bit after the breakup because I was like in a transition period and I can't keep him at my apartment, you know. And I was like, oh, I have to move out. Like me and my boyfriend broke up. Like, I gotta like, can you keep him for a little bit longer? And I think he was worried about me being able to find a place because he had come to Matt's house once, and he was like, you keep, like, he's got a lot of money. Like, this guy's got a lot of money. And I was like, so do I, bitch. But then when I said that I had to move out of the house, I was like, yeah, I gotta go get my own apartment. And he's like, oh, man, like, it's tough. Like, yeah, prices are going up around here. And I was like, yeah. You have to tell him? Nope. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. It's been over a year that I've known him. It's too late. You have to? No. What if he Googles your name? I don't know. I don't think he'd ever do that. But if he did, it'd be so weird. He will just know you ate glue. You're literally living a double life. Man. Yeah. I guess so. Why didn't you tell him sooner? Because I told him that I worked at the wildlife rehab center and he was like, oh, that's great. I was like, yeah, that's what I do. Whatever. Like, transferred the bird to my license, went out with him a couple times. It was fine. Like, went out hunting with him a couple times. It was fine. And then,
Wow.
thank you for the 11 months. And then I started founding Alveus. And then, like, it all happened so fast. Like, all of a sudden, I had a property and, like, a non-profit and had raised a bunch of money to start it. And at that point, like,
Maya double agent Higa.
it just felt like so, I don't know. It just felt like, I don't know. It just felt like so much. And he thinks, like, yesterday he asked me, he was talking about, he bought his wife this, like, thing, Crown Royale, or, like, the liquor or whatever. And I was like, man, I haven't had Crown Royale in a long time. And he's like, you're old enough to drink? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, he thinks that I'm right. He thinks that I'm in, like, right out of college or, like, stopped going to college or something and, like, have no money and moved out here to, like, live with a boy. And I'm just, like, a wildlife rehabber that gets paid minimum wage at a rehab center and is, like, struggling to make my own way in my own apartment now because we broke up. Invite him to Alveus? No. It'd be so much to explain, man. It'd be so weird. It'd be so... Do you know what I mean? It's too late. You know what I mean? It's too... Like, it's too late. Like, every time we go out together, it's just, like, this is what he thinks that I am. So, like, what am I just gonna be like, oh, yeah, by the way, like, I've been doing all this. Even though I talk to him, like, we go out and talk for hours while we're hunting. I've just never brought it up. I've just never brought it up. It just didn't feel relevant, ever. Yeah, that's fine. It's weird. It's weird. That's too much. That's too much. You have to tell him. I literally don't. Don't tell me what to do.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got down. I revived him. Now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park Street. Look at the map. Go to the mark sheet.